In this assignment, you're now going to apply all the knowledge that you've learned about adding shapes and adjusting handles and callouts and word art to your comic strip that's part of your edited storybook. Currently, the comic contains 3 pictures including a spider, a coffee mug, and a man. You need to use these shapes and word art to transform the images into a funny story. Make sure that you remember how to draw a shape, format a shape, add text to a shape, and adjust your object order. First, you need to open up your edited comic storybook, So you go to your File folder, double click on your edited folder. Open up your edited storybook. You have your example available to you both in the instructions and on the board in the classroom. Now remember, callouts are used to show what characters are saying or thinking. Shapes are used to emphasize action. Word art should be included in the comic. So use your skills such as Control-G to go to page 4. Then click Close. Go ahead and add a text effect. Center your title, whatever text effect you want. Don't forget to change your font to something fun. And larger, but not so large it goes off the page. You could even change this to word art if you wanted to. You have to add text to a shape or a text box and make sure everything still fits on one page. You see, it's currently not on one page, so I need to shrink that font some so that I can get back to just one page. Make sure that you change your object order to layer your pictures. For instance, if you insert a shape, such as an explosion, you can send it backwards. You can change your shape fill. You've got to insert a thought call out somewhere. Not a bad idea if you use it on the spider. Remember, thought one is the one with the bubbles, like a cloud. You may have to change your position. You can move your spider. Don't forget that you can move that handle so that it comes more from the spider. You can right-click to add text. You can move the objects until they're in the position that you want. You can change the text within your objects. You can change the text size. Just make sure that whatever you do, you keep it so that everything can be seen clearly. And you might even want to bring, say, your spider to the front. You can add a shape or a text box in the next one. Notice how it went on to the next page, so we may have to do some adjusting to our size of our canvases so that it remains all on one page, because these are 3 different canvases. Make sure you use a call out for the speech. You have to use a glow effect, a shape fill, a shadow, line weight, and a bevel. So make sure that you use all those picture effects at some point. Don't forget to save. Remember, you can also add color and shape effects to a call out or a text box. Make sure that your color or your font is something that you can see. Notice how a darker background needs a lighter text. So you may want to change your text, and you can even add text effects here. But make sure that whatever you do, that you can clearly see it and that you followed the rubric. Notice how the white shows up just a little bit better on that darker background. So you might want to consider doing that, making it even darker so it shows up even better. Don't forget, if you change your shape fill, you need to change your outline too. Notice how when I changed it to a white, you can't see it anymore. So now you have to change your text back to a darker color. And also make sure if you need to resize it that you do so. Don't forget, you have to have the shape effect of the bevel. So maybe you want to add some weight so it shows up a bit more. And you also have to insert some word art. So don't forget about how we inserted word art. Try and use different colors. And you don't have to just do it there. You can click and drag it. If you mistakenly do it somewhere, you delete it, and then you click in the canvas that you want to insert your word art in. Remember, you can always change your text here too. As well as the size. But make sure you've selected it before you change it. And don't forget your best friend up there, undo. Remember, you always want it to stand out, and then don't forget you have to add a speech call out. It can be the rectangle, and don't forget you can move your adjustment handles and change your shape fill and outline. You also need to add a shadow effect somewhere, so don't forget to add that shadow effect, and you can do it to any of the pictures. Doesn't have to be one or another, but be careful, because sometimes when you add certain shadow effects, it might change your position. And you can right click or just start typing. And you can still format your shape to add a nice glow or contrasting glow even. If you don't like how something looks, you can always change it. Just make sure that you're following the rubric. Don't submit.